In this video, we took the brand new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra through the streets of KL to test out both photos and videos and the Galaxy AI processing and all the new features that came with it. So let us know what you guys think. Obviously, being a flagship smartphone, the performance was pretty much flagship-like. When I was running out taking photos and videos on the streets, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. The performance-wise is great. But one thing to note is that with One UI 7, the user interface within the camera app has been significantly improved as well, making it super easy to find whatever I need to at a glance and very quickly reach the settings that I need to take my photos and videos, which used to be kind of an issue with the previous UI. So generally, the performance is pretty great and previewing the photos look very good, but let's take a closer look at the photos. Alright, so now we're here in Lightroom Mobile and I'm actually going to go through all of these photos and just look at the characteristics of some of these shots. Starting obviously with these selfies that we took for the best face, and the main difference here is just opening the eyes up. So I think you guys already saw how this works. It's very straightforward. You take a photo, select the best face, and then you can actually have 4 options to pick from. And this won't just replace the shot with the previous shot, it'll also morph the new expression into the old expression to make it look realistic. This looks pretty good, but sometimes it can look a little bit AI generated if that makes sense. So for example, here with Jazz, it like distorted some of her eye features. Here again with Jazz's face, this looks super realistic on the right. So these are just some portrait shots that we tried out, and I think these, the color breakdown is very nice. When it comes to the edge separation, it did have a little bit of an issue with the hair, especially if it's a bit frizzy, but this is almost exactly like you would get on the S24 Ultra. The main difference you're getting is the processing looks better, the HDR looks better. Once again, unedited photos, very good resolution. Just look at that pushing in, the edge separation as well that you're getting. It can actually detect the background blur even through the wheel, which is pretty impressive. Alright, so now if you want to try out Generative Edit and see how it's better than last year, so if you pull out the S Pen, because you should be using it for this, tap right here, tap on Galaxy AI. It's a lot more intelligent now, so I can just draw around Wei Xiang like that, roughly not too detailed, and it'll select him just perfect. And you saw I went over Jasmine as well, but it's able to select Belle and Wei Xiang super easy. Tap on the erase button right over there, it'll select both of them and tap generate. So once they're gone, look at that. Look at how it fills up the details in the back. A lot more realistic, and it does a very, very good job at this, and it looks super realistic. Even behind this lady, it added in some cars, which is crazy. Like look at this right over here, that's insane. That car does not exist in real life, but it added it in. And over here as well, it filled up the details just right. Very impressive. Once again, just going through the regular modes as well, you can see the colors are very nice. The HDR is very, very good. So for the sky exposure along with the trees, the foregrounds looks very nice. Just going through all of these shots, these look very good. I could print these out probably and they look very good. Next up, if I want to remove these reflections that I took through the window there, I can simply swipe up and then scroll over to the erase reflections, tap on that. Literally a second later, all the reflections are gone and that looks crazy good. That's before and then that's after. Okay, so here we have an ultra wide shot taken at 0.6x, and now it's been bumped up to 50 megapixel. When you take the photo, obviously it's going to be at 12 megapixel, but with this, I can actually zoom in, and for this ultra wide shot, I'm getting crazy details even up to 400 mm, and the distortion control is pretty impressive at this range as well. So I would say the main takeaway for me was with the S25 Ultra, the ultra wide camera would be the best improvement we've seen photos wise. The rest of it is very similar to the S24 Ultra. Alright, so now I'm testing out the AI audio eraser feature on the S25 Ultra. I'm in a pretty noisy environment. There's cars and a lot of sound around me and even music playing in the background, I think. Let's see how good a job this phone does at eliminating and isolating all of the sounds. So you can hear that the audio is super loud, but how can we fix that? So what we're gonna do is actually go all the way to the front again, tap on our Galaxy AI button, and now you'll see a new feature that is the analyzing sound or the AI audio eraser. So right there you get all the channel separation. So what you can do is while listening to the video itself, you can control all of these separately. So let's play this back once more. Alright, so now we're testing out the AI audio eraser feature on the Okay, so what if I want to remove the noise entirely from that specific section as well? So I can just play back. Alright, so now we're testing out the AI audio eraser feature on the S25 Ultra. I'm in a pretty noisy environment, side of the street. And all of the noise, just like that, all of the noise has disappeared. Let's take a look at that without the noise entirely. Alright, so now we're testing out the AI audio eraser feature on the S25 Ultra. I'm in a pretty noisy environment, side of the street. That's pretty insane. But let's take out the wind as well. We can just swipe all the way back. A lot of cars and trucks and music. So this sounds very, very clean. Obviously, you have some artifacting that you can hear because I was so far away from the mic itself, but if I was closer, this would be even better. But let's play that back once more.
Alright, so now we're testing out the AI audio eraser feature on the S25 Ultra. I'm in a pretty noisy environment, side of the street, a lot of cars and trucks.
That's insane. Now when it goes to the nighttime, this is when the sun started setting and it started raining as well. You're getting very good color reproduction and the noise reduction does not look super artificial, which are not going overboard and making it look like it's daytime, because I don't like that. To be honest, I would like to point this out. The panning shots was a lot easier with the S25 Ultra because it uses the AI to not correct the motion blur on the entire scene, but the subject specifically, which is quite hard for some smartphones to do. So I was able to do that consistently, like I did with the car, the bike, the tires here. So you can see the wheel is like super well done as well. So that's it for the photos, but let's talk about something that was a huge push on the S25 Ultra and something I was super excited about, which is the log video recording. Now with log video recording, something like you see on the iPhone and the Vivo X200 Pro, you're getting that recording of extra depth information, especially with the 4K and 8K 10-bit log on the S25 Ultra, which is very, very cool. But how good is the log quality on here? For this, I'm gonna pass it on to Asif, who is our editor for all of these videos and also professional colorist. So Asif, what are your thoughts on this?
So the first thing that caught my attention is the compression artifacts. So let me just show it to you. Yeah, it is very obvious, especially in the shadows. And the reason is because this phone is recording at a much lower bitrate compared to something like an iPhone, I'd say. And to compensate for this, they seem to have added digital sharpening, which does not help at all. And it just gives you that shot on smartphone look. So basically, it just gives it away. Now look, I'm not saying that it is bad by any means. I'm just saying that I don't like the way the highlights are rolling off. It's just way too harsh. And yeah, same goes to the shadows. This phone had a really hard time trying to keep the colors consistent while switching lenses. Just look how different this and this looks. Completely different, isn't it? Oh, one more thing. This is something weird that I found. Look, for each and every clip, at the beginning, there's just 5 frames that just doesn't move. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the frame starts moving. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just thought that I could point it out. So in conclusion, if you love the S25 Ultra and all of its features, of course, go for it. The log will still give you more control and your videos will still look better in the end. But if you're buying it for the sole purpose of shooting videos, I guess this might not be the one for you.
Now, if you want to see a proper color grading test that I did with this, you can check out the video I did over on my channel as well. I'm going to link that down below. But for the most part, whatever Asif talked about is essentially exactly what I was thinking. There's multiple ways of color grading it, and you're not restricted to that over-sharpened look with the log footage. I would like to see some improvement when it comes to the processing that's applied to the log footage preemptively by Samsung, but otherwise, great step in a very good direction. So there you have it, everything to do with the camera, both for photos and videos on the S25 Ultra and all of the AI processing that you're getting with it. I think they've done really well with the AI part of it. I would really like to see some improvement on the hardware side, potentially for the log recording and the way it records log, maybe a 1-inch sensor in the future, but overall, very impressive. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again in the next video. Until then, take care.